Ever wondered how the Nigerian military corps has evolved over the years? It's a fascinating journey. Today, we unveil the curtain of time and set forth on an expedition, one that traverses the annals of the Nigerian military corps. From its conception to its modern-day form, we'll dissect each era, analyzing how this institution has grown, adapted, and in many respects, transformed over time. So buckle up, history enthusiasts and military buffs alike, as we delve into this rich history starting from the very beginning. Our journey begins in the late 1800s, with the inception of the Nigerian military corps. This was a time when Nigeria was under the colonial rule of the British Empire. The military institution that we know today had its roots firmly planted in this era of colonial domination. The spark that ignited the formation of the Nigerian military corps was the Ashanti Wars. The British, finding themselves embroiled in a series of conflicts with the Ashanti Empire in present-day Ghana, decided they needed a local force to aid their efforts. This led to the establishment of the Lagos Constabulary in 1873, the first semblance of a military force in Nigeria. However, the true genesis of the Nigerian military corps came with the formation of the West African Frontier Force in 1890. This was a regiment composed of Nigerians, commanded by British officers, and was the first military organization to cover the entire geographical entity that is modern-day Nigeria. The West African Frontier Force was instrumental in quelling local resistance to British rule, aiding in the pacification of territories and maintaining peace. It played a significant role in the British colonial conquest of Nigeria and was an essential tool for asserting British authority. Despite its colonial origins, the force also served as a training ground for Nigerians. It was here that the seeds of a professional Nigerian military were sown. The soldiers of the West African Frontier Force were rigorously trained, disciplined, and exposed to the ethos of military service. They learned the art of warfare, the code of conduct, and the values that would later form the backbone of the Nigerian military corps. Thus, the late 1800s and early 1900s were a period of formation, training, and consolidation for the Nigerian military corps. It was a time of growth and evolution, shaped by the challenges and circumstances of the era. This early period set the foundation for a military institution that would play a pivotal role in Nigeria's future. As Nigeria gained its independence, the role of the military started to change dramatically. With the dawn of independence in 1960, the Nigerian military corps found itself in uncharted waters. This period saw the military transitioning from a colonial force primarily tasked with maintaining law and order to an institution that was to play a central role in the governance and stability of the newly independent nation. In the early years of independence, the military was seen as a symbol of national unity and strength. However, this sense of unity was soon tested. Just 6 years into independence, Nigeria was plunged into a series of military coups, a tumultuous period that saw the military not just as defenders of the nation but also as power brokers. The military was no longer in the background, it was very much in the limelight. The coups culminated in the outbreak of a devastating civil war in 1967, a conflict that lasted for 3 brutal years. The Nigerian military corps was at the forefront of this conflict, tasked with preserving the unity of the country at a time when it seemed on the brink of fragmentation. Throughout these years, the military underwent significant transformations, both in its structure and its operations. It was a time of immense challenges, but also a time of evolution. The military was tested, and in many ways it was forced to mature quickly. The trials and tribulations of the post-independence era shaped the Nigerian military corps into a more robust and resilient force. This was a period marked by paradoxes. On one hand, the military was seen as a source of instability, given its involvement in coups and power struggles. On the other hand, it was also viewed as a stabilizing force, a guardian of national unity during the Civil War. The military was both a protagonist and an antagonist in Nigeria's post-independence narrative. The post-independence era was a turbulent time for Nigeria, with the military at the center of it all. As we move into the modern era, we see a Nigerian military corps that is evolving and adapting. The dawning of the 21st century brought with it a myriad of challenges, but the Nigerian military corps has risen to meet them, demonstrating resilience and adaptability. The corps has played a pivotal role in peacekeeping missions. From the dusty roads of Sudan to the mountainous terrain of Sierra Leone, the Nigerian soldier has stood as a beacon of hope and stability in regions fraught with conflict. They have served under the auspices of both the United Nations and the African Union, bringing their unique blend of discipline, bravery, and compassion to bear on the world stage. But the Corps' responsibilities extend far beyond peacekeeping. As the world grapples with the shadow of terrorism, the Nigerian Military Corps has been at the forefront of combating this menace. They have waged tireless campaigns against Boko Haram and other insurgent groups, safeguarding the nation's borders and ensuring the safety of its citizens. Yet, the Nigerian Military Corps understands that the battlefield is ever-changing, and they have embarked on a journey of modernization to stay ahead of the curve. They've embraced advancements in technology, integrating cutting-edge equipment into their arsenal. From drones for surveillance to state-of-the-art armored vehicles, the Corps is arming itself for the challenges of a new age. Moreover, the Corps has placed a significant emphasis on training and professional development. They understand that a modern military is not just about sophisticated weaponry, but also about the men and women who wield it. Thus, they've invested in comprehensive training programs, fostering a culture of continuous learning and growth. In the face of adversity, the Nigerian Military Corps has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to its mission. They've shown that they are not just a force for today, but a force for the future, equipped, prepared, and ready to take on whatever lies ahead. The modern era has seen the Nigerian Military Corps take on new challenges and roles. They've proven that they are more than capable of adapting to the demands of a rapidly changing world, and we can only look forward to what they will achieve in the years to come. Today, the Nigerian Military Corps holds a significant place in society. In the heart of Nigeria, a force has been steadily rising, a force that now bears considerable influence on the nation's landscape. This force is none other than the Nigerian Military Corps, a group that has evolved from its primary role of defending the country's sovereignty to shaping its socio-political and humanitarian landscape. Let's dive a bit into politics. The military traditionally is expected to remain neutral, focusing on the protection of the country's borders. However, in Nigeria, the military has had its fair share of political involvement. They've been instrumental in shaping the political landscape, with a history of coups that have led to military rule. Although the country has now embraced democracy, the military's influence still echoes in the political sphere. Moving from politics to security, the role of the Nigerian Military Corps is paramount. In a country grappling with diverse security threats, from terrorism in the northeast to piracy in the Gulf of Guinea, the military has been at the forefront, combating these threats head-on. They've even expanded their reach to peacekeeping missions beyond their borders, contributing to regional stability. But it's not all about combat and politics. The military has also played a crucial role in humanitarian efforts. In the face of natural disasters or disease outbreaks, the military is often called upon to provide emergency relief. They've been instrumental in delivering aid, providing medical services, and even assisting in infrastructural development. The Nigerian Military Corps has evolved, transitioning from a force solely focused on defense to a multifaceted institution. They've become a significant cog in the wheel of Nigeria's progression, influencing aspects of life in the country that extend beyond their traditional mandate. The Nigerian Military Corps of today is a far cry from its humble beginnings. Their role has grown, their influence has spread, and their contribution to Nigerian society today cannot be understated. Looking ahead, what can we expect from the Nigerian Military Corps? It's a question that invites speculation, but also demands a thoughtful examination of the trends and trajectories that are shaping the Corps today. In the future, the Nigerian Military Corps will likely continue to play a central role in maintaining the country's security and stability. However, the nature of these roles may evolve in response to changing geopolitical dynamics, technological advancements, and societal expectations. One of the biggest challenges facing the Nigerian Military Corps is modernization. As warfare becomes increasingly digitized, the Corps will need to adapt to new technologies that could potentially revolutionize the battlefield. From cyber warfare to drones, the Corps will need to stay abreast of these developments to ensure they're not left behind. Another key challenge is maintaining the morale and welfare of its personnel. The future of the Nigerian Military Corps hinges on its ability to attract, train, and retain a new generation of soldiers who are not only physically fit and combat ready, but also technologically savvy and ethically sound. However, these challenges also present opportunities. The drive towards modernization could lead to greater investments in the Nigerian defense industry, stimulating economic growth and creating jobs. Similarly, efforts to improve personnel welfare could lead to better living conditions and increased respect for human rights within the military. In terms of geopolitical dynamics, the Nigerian military corps will need to navigate a complex web of regional and international relationships. The corps will play a pivotal role in ensuring Nigeria's territorial integrity and sovereignty, while also cooperating with other nations to tackle transnational threats like terrorism and organized crime. The future of the Nigerian military corps will also be shaped by domestic factors. As Nigeria strives towards greater democratization, the role of the military in politics will need to be carefully managed to avoid undermining civilian rule. In conclusion, the future of the Nigerian military corps is rife with challenges and opportunities. It's a future that will demand adaptability, resilience, and foresight. Only time will tell what the future holds for the Nigerian military corps. We've journeyed through over a century of history, exploring the evolution of the Nigerian military corps, from its humble beginnings at the dawn of the 20th century, through the turbulence of the post-independence era, to the modern era of technological advancement. Today, the Corps plays a vital role in Nigerian society, shaping its present and future. Yet it continues to evolve, facing new challenges and opportunities. Indeed, the Nigerian military corps has undergone a remarkable transformation, but its journey is far from over.